All right, all right. 916 Podcast. Welcome back. Key Jogananis. Another, I guess you could say, solo interview, but it's a double interview today.
Double interview.
My guest to the right of me, if you're watching this on the YouTube feed, some people in the Sacramento area who are making some waves in music from the HooperMuzik family and contingent. The man furthest from my right, Mr. Papitos Los, HM Hooper's manager.
What's up? What's up?
And then in the middle, Soufsidesisi. Hello, miss.
That's good.
How you doing? So let me ask you this first and foremost, Los, because you guys seemingly are always busy. It seems like every time I'm on Instagram or social media, you're always shooting a music video. And not just CC, but you also have obviously Hooper, HM Billy, the whole crew.
Savvy 2 Clips.
Savvy 2 Clips.
And No Limit Lil G.
No Limit. So let me ask you this, like, how time consuming is it when you have all these artists and you're constantly trying to push everyone's music, push everyone's stuff? Obviously, that takes more than just a couple hours in the day to get that done. How do you go about making sure that you can facilitate it the right way so that you're making sure everybody is taken care of on the label, in the family, just making sure everyone's being provided for the right way?
It's a constant grind, man. Like, the moment I wake up, I check in with everybody. Like, it's a FaceTime call to every person in order, damn near. Figure out what needs to get done. What's the goals of the day? What's the goals of the week? Whatever it may be. And just constant communication. And whatever they put in front of me, we just get it done.
Talk to me about how you became HM Hooper's manager, because obviously you guys have been going at this for a while now. And he's been making music constantly. Shouts out to that man. He's been working so hard. But how exactly did it come about where he either asked you to be his manager or felt like you were the right man for the job to take on that role, you feel?
So the way that came about was shout out to my big bro, Madman Leak. Shout
out Leak.
Yeah, shout out Leak. He's a real G right there. He actually introduced me to Hooper about a year and a half ago almost. And I became a fan first, and that's what it really was. I was listening to him, and I was like, man, the guy's dope. And everything he dropped, I was like, and I was actually just new to the Sacramento music in general. Leak was one of the first people I started listening to, and I started listening to Hooper, and I was like, man, this guy's a beast. And he actually made a post. It was random. It just, the way things fell in place was just perfect. Yeah. He made a post looking to build a team, and I love the music. I love being a part of it. I'm not a rapper, so I had to find my own lane.
Had to find their own lane.
Yeah, and I told him, well, shit, I want to be a part of this. I believe in you. Can we break this down? A FaceTime call, 3-hour FaceTime call, and next thing you know, I'm close with everyone part of the family, and it's been a constant grind from day one.
And here you are, sir. See, let me ask you a question now, finally. Obviously, you have a passion for music. You've been putting out some stuff recently. For you, what made you want to pursue this and take it seriously and just recognize that you had an opportunity to do something with it? What really sparked that interest for you?
Well, pretty much, I've always been freestyling. You know, it's just been like fun. It's been something I just always did. You know, just to play around. Then when I came out to Cali, after a little while, I met everybody, Angel, Sav, Lois, Hooper, the whole HM, and it was crazy because it was one party where I just came in and we were all just, you know, playing around freestyling, and then Lois and Cool, he in Florida right now, you know, shout out that dude, but they were pretty much just like, bro, you should really do this, and I was just like, nah, I don't think, like, you know, I just play with it, and then I really thought about it one day, and then I just started doing it, and ever since then, like, they've been, you know, behind me, pushing me, you know, forward to do this and do better. And, you know, ever since then, we've been going up.
Do you think as a female rapper, for yourself specifically, that people look at it as a situation where maybe you're doubted at first? They don't think, because obviously there's that stigma in hip-hop where, you know, male and female rappers, it's different attention, different branding. Does that make you want to go hard and just prove yourself to everybody so that they don't be like, oh, I don't know about this, but then when they finally hear you, they're like, man, she's got really some skills. Does it make you want to prove yourself a little more?
I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I need to prove myself to anybody but myself. So it's like, I never really thought about it much. It's like, oh, I'm a female, that's a dude, because it never crossed my mind. It's just like, you know, you got dudes who are trash, you got girls who go crazy. So it's just like, it just depends if you're born with it or not, pretty much. It's never like, I've always had the push in myself personally, but it's like the gender thing, it never really played a role. It's like, because people gonna notice me regardless.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, man. There, you know, hey, if you put in the work and the time, you're gonna get the results. You know,
Yeah.
Los, let me ask you a question now. Let's get into the business aspect of music. First question I would want to say, if you could give me one situation that you've come across in your managerial career so far, where from the outside looking in, obviously you're a fan of music, but you say when you get into the management and the business aspect, you're like, man, this is harder than I actually thought it was gonna be before I had to do it. What is that situation? What does it entail? Is it promotions? Is it paying for recording? I know you guys have your own recording team, but like, what was the one situation where you're like, man, that's harder than I thought it was going to be?
I think getting the respect that Hooper deserved from the get-go on the music side of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's well respected already as it is. But when you like listen to him, you listen to like these mainstream artists, and you're like, damn, he does it better. And he has music he hasn't even dropped yet that I'm like, oof, wait till the world hears this. Or artists like Billy got music tape dropping this week, and it's like, man, why are we not there? But we understand that it's a constant grind, it's a process, and it's a little bit of a it's not always in our hands, especially since we do it all independently. We do it, the six of us, you know what I'm saying? And there's other members of the team and people that support us that are behind us to help us with the process. But just understanding it's a slow process, and as long as we continue to put in the work and we continue to outwork everybody, we believe that our team alone makes us stronger than any individual. So we believe that this is going to work. We know it's gonna work. We look at each other, hold each other accountable every time. So I think that's probably the most frustrating process at the same time. Just because I believe like, man, someone needs to call any of the five of them and be like, it's time to get y'all going to a whole nother level, because the world is missing out not listening to any of the five.
Let me ask you this question, because I talked to Jay Cyrus about this week, and he actually gave me an interesting answer. You know, the music industry is an interesting concept, because in order to make it, on one hand, you could be one of the most talented people in the world, like you mentioned with Floyd, who really does have a lot of talent. But at the same time, if you're not getting the promotions, if you're not getting the, you know, clout, or so to speak, if you're not getting the push on whether it's social media or just around, and people aren't able to find the music, whereas somebody else might be less talented, but because they have clout or they have the ability to get it out to more people, they're the ones that make it sometimes. You know, so it's a double-edged sword, because you got to have talent for people to listen to, but you also got to make it so that, you know, it feels like you're really good at getting it out to the masses. Do you find that as a challenge sometimes as a manager, where it's like, man, I got a guy right here who's firing on all cylinders, but because so-and-so has this many followers or this many views, I can't get it out like that?
Yeah, that's for sure a challenge. I think it's also a lot looking into the mirror as an individual myself, and understanding my weaknesses and my strengths, and figuring out how to strengthen the weaknesses, such as things like that, getting the music out, and understanding where's the best place to put the music, or where's the right finances to put behind the marketing of what our strategy is to whatever the music is, or the song, or the tape. It's just a learning process, to be real with you. It's something that like I don't have an answer to yet, because we're still growing and we're still learning. But with trial and error, and as long as we keep producing dope shit, like every one of them can, I think that once one gets going, we'll all get going. And Hooper's setting a real good like a path for all of us to follow. And we have a good leader, man. So you know what I'm saying, when we follow him, trial and error, nothing can slow us down. So I think that's probably the biggest struggle for sure, is trying to understand, without being signed to a big label with the distro deal or any of that, how do we get our music, like all of our views are like, those are real, those are like, you know what I'm saying, like people tapped in.
It's not any bots or anything crazy.
None of that. that's all genuine love and support and reposts. And you know what I'm saying, we're only doing it on a small market, but as we continue to branch out and do shows in other places, I think we'll continue to grow that. So it's just being patient through this whole corona and everything going on.
See, let me ask you this question, because obviously you guys are a big team and everyone plays a part. It's not a situation where no one's putting in any work to contribute to the whole thing. When one of you does really good, does it motivate everybody else to try and, you know, top it, whether it's like on a song or maybe somebody might have a fire ass verse and then they're like, no, I want to see if I can match this. You know, do you guys feel that you push each other to make everyone in the team better and work a little harder so that you guys can reach that status?
Yeah, I mean, everybody pushes each other equally, but I feel like it's not so much someone trying to top the other, because at the end of the day, we all want everybody to grow together. And if Billy, if let's say he blows up today, I'm not going to have in my mind, oh, I need to get bigger than him. I'm going to be like, oh, man, my boy made it, so I got to make it too. Like, it's more like a collaboration more than, you know, a race between each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're just pretty much working together. We're helping everybody, you know, get to where we need to get. And it's like, you know, it's just like the when you see the work put in, it's like the outcome. That's the motivation.
Yeah. Talk to me about your process on how you make music. I think everyone has a situation where maybe it's not so much you just go and lock yourself in a room and you start writing things. I think maybe you're like, let me take a drink of this, or let me find my zen or my aura. What does the situation for you look like when you're trying to write something down, pen to paper, and you're just trying to connect the words to the paper so that you can match it with the song? Well, do you have any superstitions that you have to do in order to write or get in the recording studio and put in the work?
No, there's no superstitions at all. It's like I could just be sitting there and
You gotta drink.
I got to look.
You got a drink?
To record, I drink.
Okay.
To record, I drink. Just because I feel like you get more energy and you're way more comfortable. Well, for me personally, but like the writing process, no, like I can be writing. I personally feel like I write better when I'm sober rather than when I'm drunk. Because one time they put me on the spot, said that to write this verse. I was hella drunk. I think it's trash, but they think it's cool. But like I just personally, with me, it's just like I just get in the zone. Like I'll be sitting there and then I can be watching TV and be like, let me just write just randomly, and then I'll write. Or it could be like we're talking now and you say something and it sparks something in my head and I just be like, oh, okay, I know what I want to say. It's just random, honestly. It's no real superstition, no anything to it.
Is there a certain drink that you have to have, or is it just like anything?
Oh, no, I drink it all.
Okay.
I drink it all.
You know, you don't play favorites. That's good.
No.
Doesn't matter. Los, let me ask you a question now. I mean, I think the one thing that comes to mind is just like we're literally watching all of Floyd's music videos. You can't see us right here on the podcast. If you're watching on Spotify or Apple, or listening on Spotify and Apple, that is, you can't watch us looking at Floyd's videos. I think the one thing that really caught my eye before I even met any of you guys was just the way you guys create these music videos. And, you know, you were talking to me about possibly filming a music video down the line at a certain place. And I was like, that'd be great, man. You get a nice team in there and just let the whole thing help. And you're like, no. We have our own video team. We don't need anybody else. So do you want to just talk about like the video production team you guys have, man? I mean, it just seems like every time I watch a music video of Floyd's or anybody's on the team, it's really well produced. It looks good. It looks cool. Like, you want to give them their flowers?
Well, this video actually right here, shout out Double A. This is the first music video Floyd and I ever did together. And we always look at it like this was shot just on a regular camera. This was just us saying we need a music video. Let's go do one. And it's crazy because we look at this all the time and like, this is a great song. But the video, like, we almost kind of laugh at it a little bit. Like, look how far we've came. Because it's like this is literally the start. Like, I want to say this is the first week or so. Yeah. We really got together and we put it together just using people we knew. And it was crazy. It's a great video still. We shot it pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now we look at it and we're shooting movies.
Yeah.
That's every video is a movie, has a plot, has whatever connection to the song.
You think it out ahead of time.
Yeah, we really break it down. I mean, we thought that out too, but we, depending on with what videographer we use, we usually get in touch. Depending on the artist, we sit down before and we discuss what's your idea. Then we get a hold of the videographer, depending on who we use, and then we ask what their idea is, and then we kind of put it together based off location or wherever we may be. Like Cece just did that. We just shot a video in Atlanta 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, and like that song was written 4 months ago, 5 months ago, but we knew the moment we did it, this song has to be shot back at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot we put together. Billy has some music videos coming out too. We sat down. How did you want to do it? Thing like that, because as he promotes his new tape, he's about to drop.
Yes.
Shout
out Billy.
Shout out H and Billy. Billy season should be dropping this week. You see it all over the Instagram feed.
Gonna be all over.
Everywhere. Billy season's debut project's gonna be hard, I promise you. But yeah, then back to your question. Hooper, every time it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. It's like it can't not be a movie. And that's why you see us on the Instagram having a good time, because it's like the whole team is behind us. So there's no one that could tell us that we can't get what we want to get done. And we get a lot of love and support from so much supporters all over. I mean, we get love everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's really good.
Is it like a situation, like take me through like a normal video preparation where you're like, all right, we've got the concept. We know what we want to do. We need this amount of girls. We need this amount of cash. We need this kind of cars. Like, how long does it usually take you guys, you feel like, to like just get all that together, man? Because it just seems like, you know, I'll be on Instagram and these cats will be like, man, they must have done this in like a couple hours, got all these people and stuff, man.
It's crazy because like we'll go like a week or two without shooting a video, and then next thing you know, our group message is going crazy. 3 music videos, a feature, all in 1 week. And we're like, what? Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, we're all shooting. That's 4 different outfits right there. You know what I'm saying? So we all right, make sure you have your fit. Make sure whatever change your outfit. Everyone takes care of their own fits at that point. And then like the day of the shoot, everyone's having a good time. We're all behind the song, whatever it is. Me and usually the videographer and our BTS shooter, shout out my boy Sean. We do pretty well on, at that time, it's all business. It's all work. Mm-hmm. Whoever the artist may be, they're having a good time, whatever, they're enjoying themselves. It's all work until we get that video done. Once that video done, we usually turn it into a party. 95% of the time, we have a good ass time.
You know, everyone has a bucket list before they die. I feel like one of my things on my bucket list now is I got to be in a HooperMuzik video, man. It just seems like a lot of fun, man. I got to put in the work to get to that level.
Hey, man, it's a good time. It's a really good time every time.
See, let me ask you a question again. So, for you, I feel like every artist, whether you do R&B, whether you're a singer, you know, whether you know, have a situation where, you know, you're always trying to find your voice, you know, for you, when you just started recording from that point until now, how long did it take you think to find your voice as an artist and just accomplish all that?
Actually, I feel like it didn't take any time at all. I feel like I've always known my voice. Like he was talking about the video shoot I just shot in Atlanta. That song we made months ago, that's actually my first song that I've ever made. Well,
yeah.
You know, we made some song in the room, but, you know, my first real song in the studio, that's the first song I ever made. And I feel like I'm really talking some stuff on that song. So it's like, it didn't really take any time because, you know, I'm pretty confident in who I am. I know who I am. I know the type of messages I want to put out. Like, it's like my music's pretty diverse. Like, I can have R&B, I can have something hype, I can add something for every mood. You know, so it's like it just pretty much came natural, I guess. It never really was a struggle to find it.
Do you find yourself now that you're starting to gain success as an artist having to deal with people who might not have good intentions as opposed to people who, you know, you're trying to work with that might actually have something in store that could help both parties? And do you find it now where you're starting to like finally filter out those people who, you know, are trying to take advantage of whoever?
I mean, I guess that's like something like you grew up learning, like who's trying to snake you and who's really there to support you. So it's like that's not even really something I'm just now learning, like in music. Like you learn that in life, in high school, and in the streets, everywhere. You just learn how to tell when someone's really there for you or not. So it's like it's not really hard. It's just like you got to watch because there is some people with ill intentions. You know, you just got to make sure, you know, you roll with the punches because, you know, sometimes you're going to get played. Sometimes, you know, you're going to have this big success story depending on who you're working with. And it's like you just got to work with it pretty much.
Well, we keep everything within the family too most of the time, you know what I'm saying? We work within, most of the time all of our features are, you know what I'm saying, within each other. Just we try to keep that negative energy out all the time.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, I guess, a similar question in that because I was in Floyd's apartment about maybe 6-7 months ago this summer.
Club Quarantine.
Shout out to Club Quarantine. And, you know, I asked him the same question. And he told me, usually what happens is these people are like, I can put you on and I can do something for you, but they'll usually want something in return. So he says, why would I go and do that when everything I can keep is in house? Because when we make it big, we're not giving anybody any percent, period. It's all going to be in the same house. So for you as his manager, I can assume, as an artist, the way he's starting the stock is rising, people want to work with him. People want to, tap in for a feature or something like that. Like, how do you make sure on your end as a manager that you just make sure whoever you're doing business with, the business is conducted mutually, so where everyone is providing something and everyone is, getting something at the end of the day?
Communication. I think that's the biggest thing between Floyd and I in general. I really, he really lets all of us have our independence and our like freedom, and we all work our own craft, our own way. But we run a lot of things by him in general, knowing his intentions are the best for whatever was going on between us and what we got going on the outside. He's really involved with everything. Like you see my position as a manager, but really, like when it comes to all the rest of them, Floyd is hands on with all. Like you damn near the manager too. Like
Yeah.
Floyd's a man that wears. I'm gonna say Hooper. Hooper's a man that wears many hats. You know what I'm saying? He's real involved with everything we do. So it's a lot of guiding, and like I said, we don't really have an answer to it because we're still learning every day. But man, we got a pretty strong team, so we believe that it's only gonna go up from here.
Got the strong team, and that's all you need. Yeah.
And we're gonna come across people that are not gonna have our best intentions, and we see it now. We see things that open our eyes without speaking on it. Just open our eyes, like, hold on, we can't wait, hold on, like a step back kind of. But man, we don't worry about none of that. We just worry about ourselves, and we know everything going on is gonna take off.
So let me ask you this, because in Sacramento, especially, there's a whole bunch of people that do music. Obviously, there's people that are constantly, trying to get in the studio, in the booth. But it feels like there is this strong contingent of people in Sacramento, especially artists specifically, I should mention, that really, are on the come up and really are putting in that work just like Floyd. Is there anybody in particular maybe that you'd want to shout out on this podcast episode who you guys would be down to work with if the opportunity came about?
Well, all 5 of them will work with anyone that has the same drive and the same work ethic they have, and they're ready. They have the same love and passion. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Hooper said in his podcast, the one he did with you, you know what I'm saying? He sees himself with the big names. So we want obviously the biggest of the biggest names to call us and say, let's work. And we'll put them on a song with all 5 artists, like we don't have no door closed. We're just day by day figuring it out.
So let me ask you one more question here before I switch it back over to C. Sacramento, the city, it's got a pulse right now. There's a lot of cool things going on. A lot of artists like Floyd, everyone from HooperMuzik putting in work culturally. For you, what is it about the city that, obviously Floyd pays homage to it every time in one of his music videos. We just saw the one where he's outside the Gold One Center, the bridge. What is it about Sacramento that you feel like makes people want to, just grind and get on the come up?
Shit, man, it's a place with a lot of talent. The art's incredible. I hear people all the time that you would have never heard of before come into this very studio, and work with my great engineers, Seb and Ethan, and create beautiful art. And that's like the best part to me, not being an artist. I sit in here all day sometimes with some artists I don't even know, just giving my input or my what I think. And it's like I just see some of the craziest talent. And like the person that opened my eyes to that, like I said, is Mehmet Leak, my big bro. He really showed me like, ooh, that was the first underground rapper I think I heard from Sacramento, being from, the area. And that was crazy to me. It opened up a whole new light, and now being involved and getting so much love and support. We work with great artists all the time in different studios. So it's a tight place to be, man.
Right on. So I'm gonna switch it over to C now. And to C, this is an open-ended question. If you want to spit anything for us, You can feel more than welcome right now. The floor is yours. Do what you got to do.
Back at home, all my niggas throw up 42. If you really trying to do it, I'm going to show you what to do. Man, I'm pull up with my niggas and I pull up with the crew. If you really talking shit, then nigga, yeah, we shooting you. I ain't a fan of none of these niggas because they all really phony. Man, I ain't fucking with these niggas because they all try to phone me. Trying to get our autograph, trying to fuck with me. They phony, they a copy, they a cat. Swear to God, they won't be lonely. When they pull up with me and my niggas, we stepping. I swear to God, we coming with these niggas, we repping.
Oh, that was good. Hey, that was good, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Listen, man, I know so many cats from Sacramento that want to get on our podcast that claim they're artists. And every time we get to the beat of it, where I'm like, can you freestyle for us? They freeze up. So I want to thank you for doing that. That took a lot of courage and a lot of heart. You got, yeah.
You're not even listening. Like, really
yes.
She was just taking it easy because she was over here on chill mode.
Chill mode. Yeah. I can't imagine what's gonna happen if I hear you in real time where you're just gutting it. So that was hot though.
Party mode.
What inspires you to make music? I mean, you talked to me in the latter question that we did where you're like, it could be like just watching TV or whatever. But I feel like every artist has experiences from where they come from and the things they've experienced in their life that shape, what they talk about. So for you, was there anything growing up that you experienced where you were like, man, you reflect on that now in your music, you're like, that really put into perspective and shaped who I am, what I'm trying to do with this art?
I mean, with me, it's like, everybody goes through things. So it's like, of course, there are things in my life that happen that's like, if you actually listen to some of my music, like, because I make different music. If you listen to some of the songs that's actually about stuff, you'll hear things that I'm talking about, my experiences and stuff like that. And I feel like, yeah, that shaped me as an artist. But as of now, it's like I'm not really focused on any of that. I'm just focused on, like, when I write, it's how I'm feeling at that moment. Like, everything I say, like, it's straight up what I've been through, how I'm feeling, everything like that. So it's like, it shaped me in a way, but it's like, that's not what I'm focused on because that's the past. And I'm just focused on getting to where I need to be. So whatever I need to drop, if I need to try a new type of like rap slow for people who like that more conscious music, I can do some party music for people who like to get lit, like to dance. It's like at this point, I'm just focused on what's going to get me to where I need to go.
2021, we're about 8-9 days in already. For you, what is the main goal as an artist that you're trying to get to by the end of this new year?
Just get mainstream pretty much. I feel like the work ethic, all of that is there, the support system. I have all of that at this point. At this point, it's just about exposure, getting people to see me, getting people to see my whole team, all of us, so we can all go up and really show the world who we are. Because right now, we're just showing a little part of the world. We're showing Sacramento, the Bay, Atlanta, we're showing them who we are, and they're starting to really see who we are as individuals and as people. Shout out. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's pretty much it. We're just right now focused on getting the world to know our names.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Los, one more question. Same thing to you. New year. What's the plan for the whole crew in 2021?
To take this to the next level, bro, whatever that may be. Just continue to count our blessings, continue to get the support. We dropped merch. We dropped merch today, sold out in one day. So just that kind of support keeps us going. As soon as this Corona shit gets figured out, we're going to be doing shows here, everywhere, honestly. Anywhere we can get it, we could do our own show, you know what I'm saying? We got a whole lineup. So it's just going to be continue to work and continue to make dope music. And, you know what I'm saying? Just to keep riding this wave, we continue to try to create for ourselves.
All right. Well, we're going to wait and see. HooperMuzik episode, I believe, number 2 of the single interviews. The whole crew. Thank you so much, C. Thank you so much, Mr. Los. Be on the lookout for all them HM Billy's project drops in less than a week. Everyone's dropping music from the whole crew. As usual.
CC's dropping too before at least the end of next month with some videos, and Hooper's gonna drop too. People don't even know that yet, but he gonna drop too.
We just found that out. The whole crew's dropping something this month. 916 Podcast, another episode in the books. Keith Juggernaut, and we'll be back with some more artists and some more people in the city on the single side interviews of this podcast.
Thank you.